And on the podium to lead the band in this first song is junior drum major Ryan Smith. And to do all of that maneuver on top of it is really a lot of higher level thinking. Very, very engaged brain to make that happen. They do have an opportunity, at ease you guys, they do have an opportunity to write little code things in their music. Some bands who work on a show all season and they work on one show and they're competitive with that, memorize their music. We cover way too many pieces to ask them to memorize it. So it's kind of an advantage because they have little notes in there to help them know whether they go to their right or they go to their left or whatever. But it's still a whole lot to remember and a lot of different muscle memory that needs to happen. So that was Eye of the Tiger. The next piece that we're going to do is one that I heard only. It's not in my repertoire of pop music. It probably is in most of yours. It's called Mr. Brightside, and it's arranged by Matt Conaway. the kids briefly about the good seats and the cheap seats. Well, you know, a lot of times the cheap seats are in the back. If you have the ability to climb those stairs, the good seats are up at the top. That's where you actually get to see a better perspective of what the forms are doing and how they move around. The best seats in the house are those in the press box. Do I see Mrs. Ward up there? You will hear Mrs. Ward, I hope. Please, Mrs. Ward, would awesome. She has been our announcer for a long time, and she gets to be up there in the press box and have the very best view of all the formations. So when you come to the football game, if you want, you know, shift up, and I would not be offended a bit if you wanted to get up and run up there for, you know, this next song, which is Every Time We Touch. Also arranged by Matt Conaway. Oh yeah, and our senior, Kelly, would you do that again? Because my timing was terrible. And now to the podium is senior drum major, Kelly Chambers. I write drill, especially for this first show, I try and incorporate lots of different styles. The first song, you notice that they marched a lot of straight lines of forward and back, left and right, that sort of thing. This one, especially at the beginning, the one they just did, you're probably wondering, what is that? Well, it really isn't anything. It's just blobs and shapes until you got to the heart, which is an old, technique, drawing pictures on the field, and it's kind of fun to have one picture in your show, and this is it. Does it look like a heart from up there? All right, good. Good job, you guys. This last one is a kind of a simplified version of an old style that was called Patterns in Motion, where you took different geometric shapes and moved them around. This is a little bit simplified, but this is where we incorporate that back march, forward march, back march thing. Schwegler works really, really well checking out the charts, figuring out or asking me what skills do you need for whatever, and then they get to learn a basic, kind of like learning a musical scale that gets applied in a song. You don't come to a concert and listen to them play their scales, just like you don't come to a show and watch them do their basics. So this applies some more basics and that geometric stuff. So see if you can find where that maneuver is that we practiced earlier. And the song is, come on brain. Oh yeah, Timber. Ah!